Okay. All right, Transformers. Dr. Angelo Reynolds Sr. live from the Transformers Academy. Okay, you guys know we're live, and we're live on Instagram as well as Periscope here. And so, welcome to this week's Transformational Vitamin. You know, I have the screen there. We're improvising, but you guys know that all this content is currently on YouTube. So, I want you to go back to the YouTube channel and make sure you get a copy and take a look at what's there. This week's Transformational Vitamin, if you're following and if you're just joining, is about marriage, healthy marriages. If you're new to the Transformers Academy, I'm Angelo Reynolds Sr., that is. And so we come live to you on Sunday with the new Transformational Vitamin of the Week. And so what we want you to do is, for you live viewers, make sure that you take a look and some notes there of the topic of the week. So I'm going to go through the slides here quickly, and we'll make sure if you have any questions or comments, make sure you catch me at drangeloreynolds.com and send the email. We'll get back to you. But we do this every day, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on Periscope and Instagram Live. Okay, so the question of this week for the Transformational Vitamin is, what makes up a healthy marriage? And so if you're married, if you've been married, if you're contemplating being married, if you're trying to rekindle your relationship and your marriage, what are some of the things that have prohibited you from making a healthy marriage? And so I listed some things, some common things that I know that have made marriages unhealthy, because things that people have focused on aren't things that create healthy relationships within a marriage. And those are some of the things: their money, houses, cars, education, status quos. All those things are not things that make up healthy marriages, but they somehow seem to destroy the marriages at some point, because they tend to focus on everything beyond what the actual healthy piece is. And so this week, we'll talk about 7 ingredients. I came up with 7. Oh, just to kind of give you guys a heads up in terms of my whole experience with marriage. I just celebrated my 20-year marriage to my wife of 20 years. Just 2 weeks ago, we celebrated our 20 years. And so what I did was, I was thinking about you all in terms of some ingredients I call, because I've used these to make my marriage healthier over the years. And some of these things, 3 things that are highlighted more, but I'm going to go through them as quickly as possible. So bear with me. Number 1, these are universal practices of ingredients that I use. And I know if I use them and they work for me, they too can work for you. Okay, number 1, being happy and grateful for what you have. What does that mean? Well, that's really about finding a way to be happy and satisfied with whom you are, what you have, you guys' relationship, and the things that you already possess in terms of each other. Okay, shared responsibilities. Shared responsibilities. Hold it with 2 hands. Shared responsibilities. Being able to share responsibilities, that is around the home, around with the kids, practices and games, all those things that tend to be geared towards one person in relationships can be very unhealthy. But once we begin to share those responsibilities, we find that a lot more of what we do can be healthier than we think. Anybody on? Go ahead and end it. Yeah. All right. So, I'm good. All right. So the third thing there is being able to communicate about everything. That is a big piece for me. Huge thing over the years that I've learned to do, to talk about things that are troubling. And sometimes we are ashamed, or we don't feel as if we can communicate to our spouses about things that may be hurtful, things that we've done that we're regretful about. But we've got to find a way to communicate and share, which takes me to the next ingredient there of being sincere and honest. If it's highlighted there, it's obviously a grand rare for me. Being sincerely honest with each other. That is being upfront, candid, and honest. And I know sometimes being honest can be hurtful. It can make people uncomfortable, and it can also bring on bad vibes and bad relationships. But I guarantee you, if the sincere honesty is shared along with the communication, your relationship or marriage will be a lot happier than what you may portray if you just try to do that. Number 5 is be sincere and understanding and forgiving. understanding when things happen in the marriage, things that may have been out of you guys' control, things that may have been a part of outside forces, but now is a part of your marriage. And so understanding, but being forgiving and knowing that people make mistakes, things happen, and that we're not here to judge each other, but we have to forgive each other for our sins and things that we've done. I just remember when I had my serious bout with alcohol abuse and the criminal justice systems where I couldn't, because I was a convicted felon, or couldn't get a job for 6 years. And so all of the finances sort of lured around my wife's income, one income, trying to make it. But her understanding, to my point, was unfortunately I developed a bad drinking habit, an abusive drinking habit. And instead of her criticizing and putting me down, she understood and walked through me and worked with me so that I could get the appropriate help at that time and let go of that social ill will of almost detrimental and self-destructive behavior. So that's what I'm talking about. Number 6, make your spouse your best friend. In fact, my spouse has been my best friend all 20 years. In fact, we've been together 23 years. So she's been my best friend from the beginning. I can tell you why. You remember you talk about hearing people that friends are hard to come by? Well, spouses are hard to come by. And so if your spouse is your best friend, you'll treat her that way. Outside of being married, you'll treat her as your friend. And if you know you have a dying, ending friend that you're dear and close to, that you'll do anything for, then you'll also do anything to for your wife if she's your best friend. And number 7 and final, embrace your spiritual relationship with God. I can't stress enough the importance of the family that prays together, stays together. It is the one thing, the number one thing that kept our marriage together through the most daunting losses, setbacks, challenges, obstacles, and all the things within 20 years of marriage kept us together, because we embraced and went to God for the guidance and also the inspiration and the empowerment and the strength to endure all the things that come through the tumultuous times of marriages, in and out the years that you guys are together. And so the 3 that I highlighted was embrace your spiritual relationship with God, make your spouse your best friend, be sincere and honest with each other. Those are 3 of my number 1 things there. But there are 7 things there that I just kind of haphazardly threw out, but also that I've used and I live by those. And to this day, I've been able to use those things. And I can honestly say, with 20 years, just three weeks ago, celebrating, I'm just as happy and even happier and love her more than even before. So these are my ingredients there. And hopefully at the end of all these things that we aspire together, taking those vows that we did in the beginning, as we talked about, until death do us part. Well, if death don't do us apart, we'll grow old together. And I hope that if you guys do grow old together, that you understand, and that's a portrayal of, I see, a symbolic picture of me and my wife. Hopefully we one day too will live long enough to grow old together through these tumultuous times. So just wanted to make sure I give you guys something there. The question of this week for the transformational vitamin is, what makes a healthy marriage? And so what I put there was a number of things that I know that people really focus on: money, education, houses, cars, and status. And all those things are minimalizing the power of love and the oneness that you guys have put together. And so the reason why we talked this week about marriage and so forth is because part of the Transformation Academy is really about relationships, career, family, health, spirituality, and education. So this week we decided to come from our relationship category in the Transformation Academy and talk candidly about healthy marriages, because all too many times now, based on statistics, that half of the marriages now today end up in divorce. In fact, 70 to 80% now are divorcing because they're focusing on other things beyond oneness, love, peace, and joy that they can bring for others. Okay, I hope that this has been hope for you guys. We'll come back on, look for the tweets, and then on Instagram we put these videos out in the morning just to kind of give you a jump start. But I'm hoping if you get a chance to go to YouTube, look at the videos, go to DrAngeloReynolds.com and take a look at all the things that are there for you, that we're able to assist you and your companies with, and all the things that we are getting ready to do. And hopefully that you guys will be a part of it. And hopefully the rest of this week, you will be a part of the Transformation Vitamin of the Week, which is what makes up a healthy marriage. If you catch us on Periscope Live or Instagram. Send your comments in and share the information with your friends and your colleagues. And also do a Q&A with us so we can get your input on what makes up a healthy marriage. If your marriage is in trouble, I guarantee you can do something about it. If you take the first step, we'll find a way to help you take the next. I'm Dr. Angelo Reynolds, Senior, that is. This is the Transformers Academy, and this week we want to help you with what makes up a healthy marriage. We'll see you there.